Hello there. Happy new pen day. I got these nice metallic, like gel extreme pens. And I got a ton of other pens too. Oh, look at all these colors. I'm so excited about this. They're jelly roll, ice cream, smooth pens. So happy pen day. I did a bunch of writing today. I tried it. So every Friday I have this block in my calendar for content writing. And it is such a struggle. Like I spend most of the hour just trying to think of what I'm going to write, which doesn't mean just sitting there staring at a blank screen or a blank, it's a screen. It means like I'm looking up past lists that I've made, or I'm looking up courses that I've taken on how to do copywriting or how to be visible. I'm trying to look up prompts to like inspire me. And I end up just mostly sitting in how hard this is and not really doing anything today. So because I've done this a couple of weeks in a row now, this is kind of a new block in my calendar, or at least a new block I'm sticking to. Last week and the week before, I had created a list of all the stuff that I wanted to write about. So I was like, okay, I'm good to go. I'm going to do this thing. And then I procrastinated, and then I did my emails for a bit, and then it was like an hour later from the 1 hour block that I had put down. And I was like, okay, I'm just gonna write about this thing. And then I started writing, and it was hard, and I couldn't get my thoughts together. And then I was Googling things on how to do it because I hadn't really like gone in really in depth into this topic since I was in school. Or at least I hadn't explored teaching it, like having that teacher-student dynamic for this particular topic since I was in school. And so it was just, I did end up writing close to 6 pages, which is too much. Like that's a problem too. I tend to write too much, but I just like, it was so hard and it took all day. Like when I finally started writing, I was like, okay, I'm just going to write. I'm just going to do this thing. And yeah, I wrote for like, I don't know, 3 hours, and it was hard and I was exhausted, and I got not even something really usable. And I think it's going to end up being a course and not a blog post at this point because it's so like not for regular human consumption at this point. And this is just one of those examples where like, this is not the thing that I do. This is not what I'm good at. It is not what I want to be doing. Like I like writing, but not when it's got to be like, I don't know. I only like writing when I'm like inspired to write, which is not all the time. And that's unfortunate because I need to be posting on social media all the time. And this is really like, this extends to a lot of things, right? Like I'm also trying to write a proposal for a grant for my company. And oh my goodness, I spent a full day on this and got not very far, maybe like 2 paragraphs, because I don't know how to do grant writing. And anyway, so I asked my assistant to help me with that, because when I get to this point of I'm spinning my wheels or it's really not going anywhere, I've spent a bunch of time on it and I'm like, oh my goodness, I just can't. I outsource it at that point. I will put in the bulk of what my brain can do in like the 80-20 rule. It's probably not the 80-20 rule, but like the 80% or the amount that my brain can do without like, how am I trying to explain this? You know how like you could get an extra 5% out of something, but it would take you like 2 hours, where the first 95% only took an hour. So I'll do the first hour of whatever my brain can do and then outsource the rest of it and be like, please help me clean this up and make it easier to understand. So that is my strategy, generally speaking, in my business. And I love when people lean on me to help them do that also. So like a friend texted me today and she had an Excel emergency, and she's a very right-brained individual. She is excellent at what she does, amazing at what she does, not an Excel person, not a numbers person. So she had spent a couple hours doing this spreadsheet, and then she had found an error in it and she wasn't sure how to fix it. And then because she wasn't really sure what was wrong, she just knew that there was something wrong. And so she was like, please help me. And I did, and I loved it. And it only took a couple of minutes. But it's like, I love doing that stuff, and I love helping people who are not numbers inclined, because I just love that team aspect, or that idea of the duality of like, my brain does this thing well, but it doesn't do the thing that you're good at. So let's work together, because then we're good at lots more things. And I love that. So much more gets done. I'm so much more efficient. That's probably the root of why I love it. It's way more efficient to just get somebody who's good at it to do it than to try and do it myself. Yep, found it. So if you're a right brain individual and you're working on something and you wish you had a left brain to attack the linear logical pieces of this, then let's chat. Book a free call with me. I put the link in the description, so you can do that when it's convenient for you. Like, pick a time that's convenient. But let's work together on that. I love lending my left brain out, because I love linear and logical. I love situations where I can put rules on things. And it's when we start getting into the really subjective things that I can't have a formula for, or that I just have to, like, I don't know, feel it out. That's not really the right word. You get what I'm saying. That's the part where I start to struggle. So if you're the opposite of me, let's work together. Book a call with me. And if you'd love accounting and tax tips sent to you every week, you can join my newsletter. There's a link in the description for that too. I hope you're doing well. I hope you have an excellent weekend, and I'll see you tomorrow.